I am Enoch, son of Jared, seventh from Adam, the one who walked with God when the world was still in twilight, when the echoes of Eden had yet to be swallowed by rebellion. Very well, let me unravel the saga from the scrolls of the Watchers, the flood, and the secrets stitched into the vaults of heaven. I was born into a world heavy with silence and mystery. The ground still bore the bruises of Cain's bloodshed, and the sons of men multiplied, chasing dominion with fire and iron. But amid that chaos, I sought God, not out of fear, but hunger, a yearning that no fruit of earth could fill. From my youth I walked apart. The presence, the awe of it, met me not in thunder, but in the stillness between thoughts. He gave me dreams, visions of what was, what is, and what would burst forth from eternity's womb. The stars themselves whispered secrets into my soul. The Watchers. They came from the heights of Unravel, cloaked in brilliance that could fracture the mind of mortals. 200 of them, led by Semyaza, descended to Mount Hermon. God had tasked them to observe, not interfere, but the daughters of men were radiant, and the Watchers ... hungered. They swore an oath one that bound them in rebellion. They took wives from mankind, taught them hidden arts, sorcery, enchantments, weaponry, metallurgy. This knowledge was never meant for mortals, not yet. It was the fruit plucked too early. Their union birthed the Nephilim giants of brutal strength and colossal pride. Their appetites were insatiable. Flesh, blood, dominion. They consumed the earth and turned upon man, beasts, and even each other. Blood soaked the ground. The cries of the oppressed reached the thrones of heaven. God's wrath and the coming deluge. God, in his holiness, was grieved not only for the wickedness unleashed, but because man had been lured into it. A corruption had spread, one deeper than sin, a distortion of what was created good. I was summoned not by wind nor fire, but by voice. His voice. He told me to write what I saw. I recorded the names of the Watchers, the deeds of their children, the judgments that would fall. I interceded on their behalf, yet their fate was sealed. The Watchers were bound in the depths of the earth in darkness, and then came the decree. The flood would cleanse what could not be mended. My ascension. I walked with God 300 years, until earth could no longer contain me. Death did not touch me. A chariot of fire, a wind of glory, I was drawn into the heavens, through the firmaments, into the chambers of the Holy One. There I was transformed, not with pride, but with trembling. He clothed me in glory, stretched my being across the veil, and gave me a new name, Metatron, the scribe of heaven, a witness, a messenger, the one who stands behind the curtain and records the utterances of the Most High. I saw the tree of life. I beheld the storehouses of snow and hail reserved for the day of judgment. I stood among the seraphim and heard the thundering silence of God's thoughts before they became decrees. After my ascension, I beheld the 7 heavens, each holier than the last. The first teemed with stars like sentinels watching the earth. The second imprisoned the Watchers, those fallen sons of God who groaned in darkness, awaiting judgment. Bound in chains of flame, they pleaded for my intercession. But heaven does not weep for those who once beheld its face and turned away. In the third heaven, I passed gardens beyond Eden where the righteous slumbered beneath trees that bore light instead of fruit. I saw the tree of life, not lost, but hidden until the appointed age. Its roots drank from the river of fire that flows from the throne of the Most High. The fourth and fifth heavens were filled with hosts beyond number, angels in ranks of purpose, some singing, some warring, some weeping. Their songs were not for men, but for the will of God fulfilled. And the sixth, that was the realm of archangels, thrones, dominions, and powers. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, each one a tempest cloaked in form. There I stood trembling until I was taken to the seventh, the dwelling of the Holy One himself.